I'm in the restored historic Old Town district this morning in Wichita, Kansas. I could rent a scooter here, but I don't need to. I brought my own. This is really cool. This is called continuous sidewalk.
The street crossing is pedestrian infrastructure, not car infrastructure. Instead of people going down a ramp into the street, cars drive up a ramp and across the sidewalk.
We're just a couple of miles from my old grade school. Let's ride.
As a kid growing up in the city of Wichita, Kansas, I could travel a huge radius before I needed my parents to drive me. I walked to elementary school, of course, even in kindergarten, about 3 blocks, except I would often divert a couple of extra blocks so I could walk with friends and family. Robinson Intermediate, about a mile.
All of the sidewalks end in a ramp, or I could ride in the street. To reach my old grade school, I have to pass under a 6-lane highway that exits here. I actually came in on this highway yesterday. But remember, this is a one-way street, and the highway is elevated.
The College Hill neighborhood is laid out on a simple compass grid. Major city streets are precisely 1 mile apart.
I used to deliver newspapers on this route.
Shelley's family lived here. Jody's family lived here. 50 years ago, her dad let us look inside an electric car that he had built.
Good morning. Yeah, I think it will. It looks like some of my old playground has been paved.
A kid could find his way around here without a map. Drew's family lived here.
These old houses are still here.
The crossing guards here were 5th graders. We had to wait at the corner for some cars to come so they could make a show of stopping them. I don't recall any safety problems, though. Kim and her family lived here.
We're refurbishing some of the houses. Wow. My uncle painted that house yellow.
Andreas lived here.
There's still an L on the door where the Lairds live. I lived on this street. Wow. Okay, that looks different. Oh yeah, we had some big trees and bushes.
Danny and Chet lived there.
Terraformed. The bank lobby was on the top level, and then the drive-through was underneath it when I was growing up. After banker's hours, this was my own private skate park.
Now, let's go to Robinson Intermediate School.
3rd Street here is an old brick road. Every other street has a stop sign, and so yeah, I used to walk along this to school at Robinson, about a mile. I could do that in about 13 minutes.
So why isn't there any traffic in the neighborhood? Well, instead of timed traffic lights, there are stop signs. Becky and her brother were down this street. Parked cars. And people.
Good morning.
On 3rd Street, there's a stop sign every other block. But it's fine if you're not in a hurry. Compare that to cul-de-sacs, which usually obstruct bike and pedestrian traffic as well as car traffic.
My father grew up on this street. Here we are at Robinson Middle School.
Go Rams! Renovation in progress.
A couple of blocks away is the old family business.
Grandpa Doug went from helping his dad install gas streetlights for the city of Wichita to contracting the new construction plumbing to build the city of Eastboro.
Matthew's Gallery and the arts store. It used to be our plumbing shop.
Now going from home to East High School, about 1.5 miles. I walk to this every day, carrying several books and sometimes a trumpet. It took maybe 25 minutes. Dad gave me a van, but even in the snow, I still preferred to walk.
To get to East High, I used to walk along Douglas. Crown Theater is still operating. Checking out some of these old stores.
The core of the city is reminiscent of what Austin used to be. There are some big box stores farther out, but this core real estate is lined with small niche businesses. They don't generally look like they're struggling to pay the rent. The buildings don't look high maintenance. The street and sidewalk are clean and in good repair. Commuter, errand, and delivery driving coexists with buses, walking, and riding.
So this is Wichita High School East. It's originally the Wichita High School when my grandfather went there, and my father went there also, and had some of his teachers. Super proud of the class of 1984.
The class of '84 football team took the 6A title. Every sports team went to state. Men's and women's basketball teams both placed. We also had 3 times the expected number of National Merit semifinalists. It was exhilarating to be part of.
Good morning. Hi. How you all doing today?
Pretty good. That looks fun.
Yeah. I enjoy it. Teach you?
No, we're paras.
Parents.
Para.
Okay. Para.
P-A-R-A.
Paras.
Yeah.
What do paras do?
They're like teacher's assistants.
You're not like a student teacher.
No. No, some teachers start out that way, but he and I are in our second careers in life.
So what was your earlier career?
I was in aerospace and he taught physics.
Yep.
I'm not surprised to meet aerospace engineers helping educators at a high school in Wichita, Kansas. Until 1986, then successful Boeing Company was headquartered here. Wichita is home to Cessna, Learjet, Beechcraft, and hundreds of aircraft suppliers. Here's the highway again, right at the edge of the high school property line. An overhead highway that doesn't split neighborhoods must be expensive. So, is the cost of living higher in Wichita? Visual capitalist finds Wichita makes development investments that pay off compared to Houston, Texas.
A kid could ride his bike to school underneath the highway.
Let's go see about breakfast. I might know a place about a mile away. I never took this path as a kid. I'm seeing it for the first time. This path is somehow available in Google Maps.
If I follow the bike path under the highway, then I bet I can find some Bierocks. I think Google is telling me to take this bridge.
We have arrived.
This makes 9 and 10.
Thank you.
Do you need mustard or ketchup? Is it hard to ride that unicycle?
I worked on it about 3 days, and then I put 100 miles on it the first month.
Oh, wow. Is this your first time here?
No, I grew up in the area.
Oh, okay.
So I was back for a high school reunion, but yeah, when I was in grade school, the family that ran this place, their boy was in grade school with
Russell.
me.
Yeah. I worked with Leona Russell. That was the mom.
Wow.
And then Aaron Russell helped her. Well, it's good seeing you.
Likewise.
Be safe out there.
I will.
All right. I'm holding the unicycle. Just one. Come look at it.
These are always awesome. They just opened. It's fresh out of the oven.
In the afternoon, I met my buddy Jason for lunch at the Monarch, a mile and a half the other direction from the hotel. But it's on the other side of the river, and I have to pass through downtown traffic. Can I reach it without a car? In Houston, a student was just now killed crossing train tracks to reach school. Houston has approved $6.5 million to install a pedestrian sky bridge. Meanwhile, the trains will stop running during the hours that school begins and ends. Imagine having to walk up and over a sky bridge every day to go to class. Ramps, trees, two abreast sidewalks, benches. This is built for people. The primary event center has a new $5 million roof. That's nearly one sky bridge.
Here's how bikes cross the water.
After lunch, Jason led me on a more scenic route. Jason produces communications for Bike Walk Wichita, a volunteer organization that coordinates advocacy and education for biking, walking, and running in the Wichita area.
Well, did you want to ride in the street or the sidewalk, or does it matter? Or?
It doesn't matter a lot.
I think it's pretty safe in the street here.
Okay. Yeah, I've been pretty comfortable in the streets here.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You got to watch for these cars. They're the ones that don't pay attention. I'll see if I can keep up with you.
Jason wants to show me one of their projects, the Recycle Bike Repair Shop.
Okay. My bike's a mountain bike.
Okay, steps are not friendly to road bikes.
Oh, my goodness. So, look how low it is, though.
Yeah.
It's like 6 feet low. It should be 6 feet higher. Kind of fix this area up. And even Cheney Reservoir, we went out to the other day, it's gotten a lot lower too.
Exploration Place is a science center.
Head back.
This tour of the Wichita riverfront is about an extra mile out of our way. Jason points out where there had been miniature golf.
Scooter that died.
Yeah, somebody left it in the water.
Yeah. Oh, damn. They found a whole bunch of shared bicycles in the river, too.
Yeah.
People just, and scooters both. It's like, come on, people. Just because they don't want to pay, I guess. I figured they dump it in the river.
And then they don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, I guess. Up here. Are you allowed to ride that inside any buildings in NASA?
Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, they freak out.
Then we'll go left here. Cross the bridge.
The Keeper of the Plains, a work by Black Bear Boson. In the evening, he stands in a ring of fire pots. This junction is a $20 million investment. That's approximately 3 Houston pedestrian sky bridges. If a city has a vision and continuously accumulates small decisions and investments that align with it, the eventual result is an enjoyable place to live. Veterans Memorial Park. Veterans Memorial Park. The Orpheum movie theater is still operating.
See that green square there?
Yeah.
It's actually for me. It's so I can sit out here.
And
that
see
way
what's going
traffic
on.
sees you. Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually what these are for, and you, and it makes you more visible to automobiles.
Yeah.
And if they have to turn right, they can just go behind me. So let's go ahead and go right.
Comparing Wichita to Houston, people here are 40% less likely to die in any kind of a traffic accident. Even though more people are walking and riding, and the trucks are smaller.
Perfect timing. Kids like the track. You get assigned a station, they come in and they sign in. They can work on their own bikes or they can volunteer during volunteer hours. And then a lot of these guys are just helpers. They sell bikes too, like these are for sale as is.
Okay.
And then some of them are in better condition than others, but like you can see the prices are pretty reasonable. Then they have like retail, they're a little higher end. They're used still. Yeah, you can see it's not a lot of cars. He's got them all categorized too. Bikes that are almost going to be ready to be built.
What it's going to take to fix it?
We have a voucher program too to help people who trying to get back on their feet. They just need transportation, so they can get vouchers for a free bike. We just had a wheel building class. Put it in our newsletter. We have a monthly newsletter. It's actually going to go out tomorrow. And then, of course, our website. Any 10-year-old gets a bike for free. Sometimes they grow out of it and they'll bring their old one and take a bigger one. The bigger one's over here. Don, you came today, huh? And I've ridden all the way out to here. There's the zoo.
Bike Walk Wichita also produces bike route maps.
And then I like cut across Riverside Park, and then I'll go all the way up to Chisholm Creek Park.
And safety materials. Constructing walkable and bikeable spaces also has promoted commerce, like this farm and art market. Foot traffic. People driving by in cars actually don't buy things. People walking buy things. Wichita, you're looking healthy.